is teacher Emmanuel Mganga from Shalom Pre and Primary School, Mathematics Department. I'm going to discuss with you in mathematics subject about geometry, particular geometry of angles. And we are discussing angle relations. As I told you that there are about 20 basic geometrical principles which we are going to discuss in this particular topic of geometry of angles. And these basic geometrical principles help us to formulate equations to be able to solve questions about angles in the various figures, as we are going to see later on. So I give you 1 minute to prepare your learning tools, the pencil, pen, and the notebook, so that you can note very, very important point which we are discussing. Previous lesson, we discussed about alternating angles. And we said there are alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. We said the alternate angles, you must have pair of parallel lines and a transverse line. And the parallel lines with the transverse line forms a pair of angles which alternate. And the pair of angles which alternate have the following features. First, they are found at a different point. Second, they look in opposite direction, and then they are found at the opposite side with respect to the transverse line. And the fourth feature, we said alternate angles are equal. We said alternate angles which are inside the figure we call alternate interior angles, and those angles which are outside we call them alternate exterior angles. Now today we are going to discuss about interior angles, not alternate interior angles, but just interior angles or allied angles. interior or allied angles. As usual, you must have parallel lines. Let me draw it here. Now we say the two lines are parallel, shown by these arrows, that they continue in the same direction. They will never meet. They will never meet. The marks, the arrows show that these lines will continue in that direction without meeting. So we call them parallel lines. And then another line which is drawn straight across the two lines, we call it transverse line. Because the two lines are crossed by a straight line, then angles are formed at this particular point and at that particular point. So angles are formed here and here. Okay? Now we are discussing about interior angles. Now the features of interior angles. Features. Number one, they are at different points. One angle at this point, another is found at that point. Remember, alternate angles are also found at different points. Corresponding angles are also found at different points. Again, the interior or allied angles are also found at different points. Vertical opposite angle is at the same point. Now, another feature of interior angles is same side with respect to the transverse line. So this transverse line, so they are found on the same side. One at that particular point, another at that particular point, but on the same side, or in this particular side. So one to that side, and then another one to that side. That will make a pair of interior angles. They are at the same side. Same side. Same side. Not opposite side, but same side. Different points, same side. Another feature is about direction. About direction. Different direction of interior angles is different, not opposite, but different. Not opposite, but different. For example, this angle here and this angle here, that different point, same side, but direction of this angle is this, and this angle direction is that way. because the direction is not the same, and also it's not opposite, but it is different. Feature number 4 is sum up to 180 degree. Sum up to 180 degree. So interior angles are not equal. Interior angles are not equal. Feature number 5, the inside. That's why you call them interior, inside. If you draw here, then this angle is inside this rectangle, and that one inside. So you say if this is x, this is y. X and y are interior angles. X and y are interior angles because, or allied because, we have straight pair of straight line and we have a transverse line. And the x in that particular point, y it's that particular point, the points are different. The side, the same side. Direction, opposite. And they are inside that particular figure. So we have 5 features for interior angles. So we say x plus y equals to 180 degree. Reason, x and y are interior angles. They are interior angles. So a question can be set find the value of angle M. Find the value of angle M. And you are given the diagram like that, and asked to find the value of angle M. First, you see this mark which shows parallelism. So you say these 2 lines are parallel. And you can see this straight line crossing. We call it a transverse line. And then you remember that M and 115, they're on the same side with respect to this transverse line. And you see another feature that M and 115 degrees, that looking at opposite, not at different direction. M is looking this direction, 115 degrees is looking that direction. So the directions is different, but point it is different. Side the same, point different. Sides the same, direction different. And the inside location, it is inside the figure. When you close here, we get that they will be formed inside the rectangle. Then we said that M and 115 degrees are allied angles, are interior angles. Now, how do you use that features to solve for that particular question? Then you write the equation that M plus 115 degrees equals to 180 degrees. M plus 115 degrees equals to 180 degrees. Why? Because they are allied angles, or they are interior angles. With this now, you can solve the value of M equals 180 degrees minus 115 degrees. So 180, 115, 5, remaining 76. Then it is, value of m is 65 degrees. How did we arrive to the calculating the value of m 65 degrees? The concept of interior angles. And how do you get that concept of interior angles? By remembering the features of interior angles. Feature number 1, that different points. Feature number 2, that the same side. Feature number 3, different direction. Feature number 4, sum up to 180 degrees. And feature number 5, it is inside the figure. And that feature number 5 is not so important to help you to solve. All other 4, very important, because even the name itself, they are interior or inside. Let's go to another angle or angle relation. We'll say supplementary angles. Now with the supplementary angles, you just need a straight line. Now, with that straight line, that angle is known as straight angle. Straight angle. And a straight angle has total degree of 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Straight angle, we measured in our practice in grade 5 that straight angle is 180 degrees. And the straight angle is formed along a straight line. Now, if you draw a line then you are going to get 2 angles. Put another one is angle A, another one is angle B. So A there. So angle A and angle B together they form a straight angle. We say angle A and B, they supplement each other. Angle A and angle B supplement each other. Then we say A and B are supplementary angles. Now, supplementary angles, they are found at the same point. Supplementary angles are found at the same point. You don't need parallel line and a transverse line. You just need a straight line and a line crossing or meeting at that particular point, forming 2 angles which supplement each other. Then for supplementary angles, we say A plus B equals to 180 degrees. supplementary angles sum up to 180 degrees. Remember also allied angles sum up to 180 degrees, but allied angles are at different point, while supplementary angles are at the same point. Previously we said if this is transverse line, parallel line with the transverse line, this angle here, x, and this angle m, we say x plus m equal to 180 degree. Why? Because they are interior angles. We have parallel lines, we have a transverse. This m and the x, the different direction, different point, same side, and they sum up to 180 degrees. Now you can see this equation and that equation looks the same, but they have different reasons, because these are interior angles, and the A and the B in this particular diagram, they are supplementary angles. So, you can be asked a question. Find the value of angles marked by the shown letters in the figure below. Then a figure is drawn. So we are going to find the value of angle X, angle K, and angle M. Angle X, K, and M. Number one, we say X equals to 65 degrees. Reason which basic geometrical principle help you to conclude that X is equal to 65. Who can remember? Yes. Vertically opposite angles. That different, the same point, opposite direction. Same point, opposite direction. They are equal because they are vertically opposite angles. So angle X and the 65 degree, they are vertically opposite angles, then they are equal. So the value of X is 65 degree. Very good. Now what about the value of K? The value of angle K. Angle K and angle 65 are not at the same point, but are not vertically opposite. same point but are not opposite. So we remember that this is a straight angle. So K and 65 are supplementary. Then we write K plus 65 degree is equal to 180 degrees. Reason? Supplementary angles. Kwa K and 65 degrees, they supplement each other. Look here, the straight line this way. Okay. Thank you. So you solve. The value of K is equal to 180 degrees minus 65 degrees. So 180 degrees minus 65 degrees, 5 remains 7, 115. So K is equal to 115 degrees. So you can see how vertically opposite angle or angle relation help us to get 65, and the supplementary concept help us to find the value of K. Now, what is the value of M? What is the value of M? What is the value of angle M? Okay, you say M plus 65 is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Yes. You try. Why M plus 65 is 180? Why did you say M plus 65 degrees is equal to 180? You say interior angles, allied angles. Look, my friend, your diagram don't have parallel line. So this one is wrong because there is no parallel line. If no parallel line, you cannot calculate value of M there. You cannot calculate the value of angle M there. Okay? So you cannot calculate. Otherwise, take the measuring tools to measure the value of M. But in knowledge of calculation, you can't calculate unless otherwise, if I've told that these lines are parallel with this mark, or there is a statement in the figure that the two lines there are parallel, then this could be correct. Otherwise, no parallel lines. Don't say this one are interior angles. For interior angles to be formed, parallel lines must be there closed with a transverse line. So M cannot be calculated unless otherwise you take the measuring tools to measure it. So use that concept of alternate angles, vertical opposite angles, supplementary angles, corresponding angles, interior angles to be able to calculate angles in given geometrical problems. Mind you, be careful on the features of the angles before concluding that the angles are either corresponding or alternating or interior angles. You must study the features of the angles first before concluding whether the angles are alternating or corresponding, or they are supplementing, or they are interior angles. study the features as we learned and you have written in your notes. So the features will guide you to see the angle relations. Be very careful of the parallel lines. If there is no parallel lines, please don't say these angles are corresponding while there is no sign of parallel lines. God bless you. Meet you in the next lesson about geometry of angles. It's very, very easy. You just study the features, revise, and practice. Everything will be okay. Bye-bye.